Hey again, everyone. So, I wanted to run something by you guys. I've been messing around for a while with one piece or another you see here and kind of coming up with I don't know, sort of a mix and match modular sleep system. Kind of in the spirit of an MSS, way lighter and kind of mixing in some moderately tech gear, with some more traditional stuff. Uh, it's probably middle of the road price range, I guess. Not the lowest, certainly not the best down stuff you can get a hold of here. Very common man, most of this. Really, the most expensive piece I have in here is this Rei Flash Pad. It was 99 bucks, but you know what? Well worth it. Super small. It weighs a pound. I absolutely love it. I really should do something separate on it. Next to that, you see a regular old USGI Bivy. It's fairly heavy, weighs 2.5 pounds, but it was 30 bucks on eBay, and it's in immaculate condition. Absolutely wonderful. Has everything on it. Next one over here is a little bit of an addition. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. It's just a fleece liner. They're made by a ton of different people. Kelty makes one. Um, God, I don't know who else. A bunch of people do. This happens to be the cheapy Coleman one that was on sale for 12 bucks. Boom, I bought it. See the Marmot Nanowave 55. I use it all summer and into the fall. It was a great bag. Where we go camping really doesn't get that warm at night out in the woods. And so a lot of the time I would use pretty much all of these four right here in my hammock. It'd be getting down to the 40-degree area. And look, let me tell you, if you guys are like me and you sleep cold, right? You see all these videos, well, I sleep hot, so this bag will probably get me down to 0 fucking degrees. Well, guess what? The rest of us aren't like that, all right? I sleep super cold, so I have to probably add 10 degrees to all of this. And then I have a colder weather bag that I can mix and match in with this set too. And you know what? This is not going to get me down to 20. It's going to get me down to 30, right? I'm adding 10 to it. Remember that. So I can take that. I can tuck the 55 inside of it or over it if you want to do an over bag or a quilt type situation. I could use the fleece liner in either one of those. Couple it with the bivy, especially since it's usually pretty wet and damp where we go here in the Northwest. And then of course I'll have a pad underneath. I don't use an underquilt. I guess I could probably go with some of these four right here and an underquilt, or that and an underquilt to get me way down. Don't have one. I like the pad. It's nice. It's small. And let's face this, what I have. So let's check out some of these components individually. Okay, this is a 4-pound setup right here, the Explorer 20. All right, this Nanowave, this is 1.5 pounds. The fleece is 1.5 pounds with the sack. This is 2.5 pounds. That bivy is heavy, and then 1 pound for the flash. Okay, so you mix and match these things in a variety of ways. It's pretty lightweight for how far down you're going to be able to get in temperature. However, yeah, we're sacrificing some space, right? I mean, this guy is bulky. The rest of these I can combine and get down to what I could with this, absolutely. But it's the triangle, right? I mean, you're going to have a warm bag that's cheap, but it's not going to be small. I can have a really small bag that's fairly cheap, but it's not warm, right? I mean, you guys get it. But I'm just curious to see what other people do modularizing their sleep systems like this, mixing and matching things, and kind of come into that sweet spot with, size, price, and warmth. And I'm talking about mixing and matching these things to fit all 4 seasons, I guess, is the real point here. All right, one more thing I wanted to add to the discussion here, and I almost left it out, is the old USGI Army wool blanket here. And it doesn't fit exactly in with the discussion of the modularity of the sleep system, but I can't tell you how often I actually use this thing. Whether it's underneath me in the hammock, whether it's on top, whatever. This thing has had a lot of use over the years. It's a 80% wool, not a ton of loft, but a lot of layers if you, if you wrap it over. So in the context of mixing older type technology like the Bivy, even a fleece blanket in there, a fleece liner, with sort of some newer things like the insulated pad and some of the smaller type of spirofill and down bags and stuff. It does fit into that discussion, and it's worth mentioning. So you strap that to the top or the bottom of your pack, the back of your pack, and becomes a whole other layer to the DIY MSS sort of philosophy. And I have to say too, I really value having a wool blanket with me. I don't take it all the time, but I use it quite frequently. I'll throw some pictures in here. You can kind of see it in some of the different setups we've done, whether it's tent, whether it's tarp shelter, or in the hammock. It definitely has its place. And I'll watch a Dave Canterbury or a Bushcraft 412 video, talking about a wool blanket and how to use that in a survival or bushcraft frontier type situation with as much enthusiasm as I'll watch Luke on Outdoor Gear Review or someone like Wahhiker do a tech review on a $400 sleeping bag. So really, I do like to mix and match styles and philosophies and when we go out into the woods, and I know a lot of you do the same thing too, so I just thought I'd throw this one in there as well. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.